there's Scorpio, living the light to you all here. Welcome to your December 2019 reading. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Wow, what a powerful reading. Oh my. Now we begin with a bit of channeling and then we move into the tarot cards. So for those of you, who feel drawn to watch the tarot section, feel free to tune in there, and hopefully someone could put a timestamp in. Again, for those who want to move straight to the tarot where I'm using the cards and reading through the energies. For those of you who want to tune into the channeled segment, then that will start right as this little snippet ends, and you'll move straight into that part of the reading. All right, so channeling the energy, kind of feeling it, sensing it, and relaying what kind of comes through there. So feel free to watch as you feel guided, as you feel so guided. Love and light to you all here. Thank you all so much for connecting. Such a powerful period of time for you, and I'll see you soon. Bye. This Scorpio, love and light to you all here. Welcome to your December 2019 reading. Wow. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'm so excited for you here. Oh my goodness, Scorpio, what you're working with this month, again, December 2019, marks the stage of a whole new experience. It's a time to get to know certain aspects as well of yourself better. Scorpio, you're working with your power now. It's a time of uncovering your greatest gifts, your talents, your assets. Scorpio, you realize during this time that you are creating your future with it. With this moment right here. It's a feeling that you're creating with. And for a number of you, you're realizing just how powerful you are. You're starting to see your future in new ways, with new colors, new sounds, memories that come up. To be remembered. And revealed. Now, for a number of you Scorpio, what I'm getting is that you're uncovering knowledge. For a number of you, I'm hearing Akashic Records. For a number of you, you are a medium, perhaps. You work with a time and space of information. that you're recognizing you hold. For a number of you, I'm hearing specifically that is to be shared. And perhaps for a number of you, it's been a matter of the question of when. When to apply what you know to this paradigm of experience. How to apply your knowledge in a tangible way. Your sacred gifts. For a number of you, Scorpio, there's a realization that you come to. You start to realize that you're omnipotent. That you hold potential. You're realizing your gifts, Scorpio. That's what I'm seeing for a number of you. You're accessing your abilities in a whole new way. Okay, so dear Scorpio, my, the energy is powerful. It's not to be underestimated. What you're working with during this time, during this month, is a program of your consciousness. What you feel perhaps that you are in the process of uncovering. The activation of your gifts. Perhaps in some way for a number of you. And what is a gift? For a number of you, it may be channeling, actually channeling. For a number of you, you're recognizing that you hold healing abilities. That you are a transmuter. For a number of you, you perhaps realize that the journey begins with you. I'm seeing lights here for a number of you. There's a process of awakening. To your creative abilities. For a number of you, Scorpio, you are releasing. You're working with the process of release. The release of generations. Of influence. Scorpio. Don't be shy. Of your own greatness. You're moving worlds with your visions alone. And there is perhaps this sort of recognition that it begins just in that space of seeing the potential. I'm hearing specifically, I hold the power in my hands. And right here, right now, that's all that matters. That's all I need to create. The significance of my future is held right between my hands. In other words, Scorpio, I hold my own potential. For a number of you, you perhaps feel an incredible activation of your connection between your vision, your energetic awareness, and the space of synthesis with your physical body, how your body participates in that process of knowing. And for a number of you, this relates to your process of creation. Your creative abilities are magnified around this time. So what becomes very clear to you may be a clue for you as to your space of influence that perhaps you see yourself making change with. Over time. For a number of you, this has to do with your abilities, your talents, your skills that have perhaps been built over even lifetimes. I'm seeing 1444 right on the clock there. Specifically, Scorpio, I'm hearing as Mercury stations direct. Your storyline continues, Scorpio. So there's something that you are realizing. There's something that you are recognizing in even yourself, your space as well, in your attitude as well, your perspective, your story. I'm hearing specifically, I'm feeling pressure in the crown, Scorpio. For a number of you, you are starting to feel something powerful, Scorpio, different even. For a number of you, you might find you're like, wow, what is that feeling that I feel? What is that? that strong sensation I'm hearing, that strong buzzing sensation. What is that? You might actually start to see things. You might find that you want to talk about certain things as well, that you want to, communicate about certain things. For a number of you, it's perhaps related to your concerns in some way. What you feel drawn to publicize even in some way. Perhaps for a number of you, there is a space of activism that you're drawn to, and I'm feeling pressure in the heart chakra for a number of you. For a number of you, it's something that you feel so deeply connected to, Scorpio. Whatever this space is. It's the destination of love. Perhaps in some way for you. Where even if you are far from it, you feel committed to it, Scorpio. Because it's your story. Perhaps for a number of you, you feel that there is some space that you feel is calling you even, that you feel curious about. I'm hearing that for a number of you. That you feel connected to, Scorpio. I'm hearing that as well. It could be even a belief system, It could be something that you feel also, again, in particular concerned about. I'm hearing the children for a number of you, of tomorrow. I'm hearing our tomorrow as well. Perhaps for a number of you, it's something that you want to also motivate others to participate in the space of. I'm seeing that for a large number of you. Where even you feel that there is to be some grand audience around this space in some way. Again, I'm hearing, I'm concerned for it. In the way, Scorpio, that perhaps it's something that you want to see in the future. Scorpio, something that perhaps you feel you almost need to even save to regenerate the space of as well in some way, where you feel like it's not there yet. It hasn't been experienced in that way yet. For a number of you, perhaps there is the recognition that it's time, and that it's your time to say it. To tell it for the future. I'm hearing the minnows in the pond. What is that? For a number of you, it's perhaps related to the environment. For a number of you, it's the start of a new brand. For a number of you, I'm hearing TV show. Okay, so let's ground it, Scorpio. There's something that perhaps you see yourself creating, and it's very exciting. It's sacred, though, as well. For you in particular. Perhaps. It's something that you say to yourself, you wish existed. It's the type of space, Scorpio, that you wish to create. I'm seeing 2222 right on the clock there for a number of you. That reduces to 4-4 and down to 8, Scorpio. This is your soul life path calling that you're being called to. For a number of you, I'm hearing remote viewing. I'm not sure what that's alluding to. For a number of you, it's so powerful. You're realizing your passion. And imagine that, right, Scorpio? Imagine the moments in which you realize that a light bulb goes off. Oh, I love that. That over there on the wall, that one hat. I love that hat. I want it. It's that type of moment, Scorpio, where you're not stalking your future from this lens that's fogged up, that needs to be cleansed. No, Scorpio. It's the type of moment where you feel in your heart that you really want it. Even if you can't touch it. Even if you can't acknowledge what you're feeling in a physical way. All you know, Scorpio, is that you feel it. And so perhaps there's this space of connecting with even your emotions on a whole new level, where you start to interpret and embody your intuition, but your feelings, Scorpio, in a whole new way. And it may have to actually do, for a number of you, I'm seeing that you've actually gone through some sort of process of cleansing and clearing. And we just moved through Scorpio season. We also just moved through Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. Yeah. Sayonara to that space, right? I'm sure it's a powerful period, right? Of time of purging, of cleansing, of, identifying what we have held on to in some kind of way. And thereby making room for the recreation of that space that holds no resistance in it. I'm hearing again, I really want that. I'm hearing that specifically for you, Scorpio. And I'm seeing like blue here, right here. I'm hearing that sweater. I'm hearing as well. Just say it in this way, it's like, no matter what it is, all that really matters about that feeling is that it's yours. And it's kind of interesting because it's almost as if it's through these feelings and the recognition of them that you almost fall back into yourself. You fall in love with yourself, Scorpio. All over again. You realize what you see in yourself, what your story is. In some way, perhaps it becomes more clear to you. For a number of you, this is a reunion, big time. There is someone or some space that you feel is calling you. I'm seeing 26. You feel, Scorpio, that this is part of your story. I'm hearing that song, Someone That I Used to Know. For a number of you, it's perhaps someone that you had known in the past. I'm seeing cat eye, like a cat eye. I'm not sure what that's looking to. Yeah, for you, always take it as you will. It's interesting because I'm seeing there's almost a space of very clearly identifying also what it is you've been feeling. And perhaps, there has been this sort of like space of intuition where you're like, I feel this. But you like looked away and you just pointed over there to the this. Well, now it's like, I am expressing what this is now as my truth, as almost an expectation of what I see myself to create. With, I'm hearing for a number of you, also to create, period. So for a number of you, let's backtrack and say it in this way. This is part of your mission that you feel now called to take on in some way. And it's a complete shift in perspective. For a number of you, I'm hearing singer. For a number of you, perhaps you have realized, again, I'm hearing realized things, certain things about, again, yourself and what you want, what you wish to experience more of as well. There is an awareness, perhaps for a number of you, of what you find you're just naturally sort of drawn to. Where in the past, perhaps you felt kind of unsure or confused. You're like, is that for me? Is that really what I want? No more Scorpio of that. No. You're solid in that space of knowingness now. You're no longer finding resistance within the space of what connects you to your truth. What you feel, again, you feel, Scorpio, you feel is sacred to you. I'm hearing the bond. I'm hearing also of best friends. Bethany, I'm hearing specifically. I'm hearing bear. Take it as you will. I'm seeing like an empty roll of toilet paper as well. I'm not sure what that's alluding to. Doesn't that speak of cleansing and clearing? For a number of you, you've made a decision. You've decided on something. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. You're like, this is my story. I'm not sorry about it. I'm not sorry for it. I'm not sorry for anyone who hears it either. There's no questioning in this space of what I feel connected to. And so for a number of you, this is regaining, can I say, control over the relationship with yourself. I'm hearing repeating patterns, releasing what is felt to be like pressure, like almost like a space of pressure, the space of expectation to experience life in a certain way. You know, it's like this, Scorpio, I'm seeing for a number of you, you're like getting to that point where you're like, you know, I don't care. I don't care what anyone says about what I do, about what I feel. I'm seeing you almost like you draw this very clear distinction between what you own as your emotional space and truth, and what you allow to reflect that space for you. In other words, Scorpio, for a number of you, your honesty at this point with yourself is not to be sacrificed for anything. Because it is the pact that you hold with yourself, with your memory of your virtues. And it's interesting, if you think about memory, right? It's honest. It reflects an honest depiction of a decision that has been made in the past, right? Everything is sort of like an effect of an action. So if we have a memory of something that has happened in some way, it reflects a space of decision. Of acceptance. Of perspective. Of a certain perspective. And so the process of reviewing memories in some way, for a number of you, brings up perhaps this space of really taking a very close look at what you really feel through the decisions that have been made in the past. As holding reflection of your values. I'm hearing specifically there is a space of expectation for a number of you, something that you almost promised yourself you would create a space for. But be sure to ground Scorpio during this time, because there's a lot of stupid people out there. I didn't say it. Can we leave it at that? To say it in this way, Scorpio, not everybody will understand you and your potential. And isn't that kind of okay? It's natural, right? It's not their object of affection, of desire, for what they want to create. And that's okay, right? your dream belongs to you, right? That's what's real for you, Scorpio. And everybody has the space to interpret every color in the spectrum of light differently, right? Somebody will look at purple and say that's pink. Somebody will look at it and say that's red. And somebody else will look at that color, Scorpio, that same exact color, and say, I don't even perceive it at all. I don't observe that in my experience. So clear the energy, Scorpio. There's a conversation that you're having with yourself. This is your time to make your turn that you need to make in your life as you may feel it. The audience will come. The light needs to lead, right? And that is your space of inspiration. So when you find what lights you up, that's your lesson. That you are here to teach. You're here to teach people about what you simply love. Because that is emitting the very vibration of it, of love itself. And aren't we here just for that? For sharing that ability in us all. To love this experience of love in this way, on this plane. Right? Because love can be experienced through so many spectrums of light, of learning, of living. I'm feeling pressure in the crown chakra for a number of you. Unconditional, I'm hearing specifically, unconditional love. What does that mean for you? What does it mean? What does it mean, Scorpio, to love something and not look back? To say, I love you and not expect to hear it back. To just open yourself to that space and not expect to hold on to anything in that moment. It's the surrender to that ability. To just simply admit love. Into your experience as part of your emotional reality. As something that you really want. For a number of you, I'm hearing I want to shine. I'm hearing that specifically. For a number of you Scorpio, this is about the embodiment of your creative potential. It's a whole new world. A whole new discussion as well around it. A whole new business I'm hearing as well. A community for a number of you. I'm seeing that strongly. Even I'm hearing a social outreach program. I'm seeing a moon here for a number of you. So beautiful. Dear Scorpio. Wow. December is powerful. Don't underestimate it. No, but October and November were my season. No, Scorpio. It continues into December, and it's even more powerful here for you. I'm hearing specifically. So perhaps to say it in this way, there were things that perhaps you came to realize in those months of October, November that are now being launched, perhaps for a number of you, into a whole new I'm hearing industry for a number of you, area of expertise even. You might actually be reinvesting your assets in a whole new way, channeling your abilities, your gifts in a whole new sort of domain as well. I'm so happy for you, Scorpio. Wow. Beautiful energy. It wasn't easy. Yes, we were smiling, right? We're excited. There are so many happy tears, but the process was at times unforgiving. The Emperor upright, the Magician upright, Scorpio. Don't say, I didn't tell you. Ten of Swords in reverse on the floor, like, baby, we're done with that. We are beyond. Beyond. Two of Wands on my lap. Father of Swords on the ground. Mirror and Ten of Swords. Ultra done with that cycle. I'm hearing get ready to reprint the magazine, the Moon in reverse. Clarity, Three of Cups in the Tower. It's a whole new discussion. For a number of you, I'm seeing you might actually be making a huge announcement. For a number of you, the Ace of Swords on the floor, Nine of Wands in reverse. Three of Pentacles on my lap. Re-representing Judgment here coming through right over the Three of Cups in the Tower. It's in reverse, which is interesting. I'm seeing that there isn't a feeling of, this is for a number of you. Okay, for a certain number of you, this is something you are preparing to present. For another number of you, and it is coming up very soon. I'm not seeing this as like preparing for like 4 to 8 months down the line. No, This is like 4 to 8 days, hours, weeks, minutes, maybe even seconds. Bring. Okay, here comes the death card. Oh, did someone call me? Yeah. Phone call. It's time. The strength card upright, right over the death card. The Hierophant's in reverse, and the Judgment card's in reverse. For a number of you, though, again, this is something that you are presenting. If it's not something that, let's say, you're putting together, you're planning, it's something you are presenting in a way, in a Scorpio, in a way that is shocking. Okay? I'm hearing it specifically, and I'm seeing it specifically in that way. Like, I'm seeing all of a sudden somebody comes out of freaking quote-unquote nowhere, okay? With this, like, new brand. I'm hearing identity as well for a number of you. Big time. And it's shocking. For a number of you, for your community, for your audience. Yep. But the Magician's looking over at that Judgment card with a Hierophant. And it has no choice but to entertain it. I'm hearing but to present it on stage. Okay, here comes the Daughter of Cups. Upright, the Fool in reverse. 3 of Wands in reverse. 4 of Wands upright, mirroring the 3 of Wands. 3, 4, sandwiching the Daughter of Cups. For a number of you, this is a space that is being reignited, is being reconnected with in some way. The Temperance card coming through right over the Son of Wands. I'm hearing tricky. I'm hearing trembling. The 6 of Pentacles upright right over the Temperance card, mirroring the Son of Swords in reverse. I'm hearing, I should have said this a long time ago, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, mirroring the Moon in reverse. For you, it is a decision that you felt, that you've wanted to make for a long time. Daughter of Pentacles upright, mirroring 10 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 of Swords upright, right over the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. What is your reality check here? I'm hearing that specifically. What is it that you're realizing, Scorpio, you really want? I'm hearing in that way, that you want to experience. You're at the threshold right here of defining your very future, Scorpio. Mother of Wands upright, mirroring the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. It's almost as if, I'm hearing it specifically in this way, the universe froze time. I'm hearing specifically God froze time and took a picture of it right there for you and said, what do you want to do with this? Wow. It's like right before the birth, Scorpio, I'm hearing. It's like right before something is actually birthed, right before the egg passes through the womb. Scorpio. The portal is paused. And the answer to the question of what this could become is yours. To move through, to identify, to say in this way, Scorpio, you are defining the spectrum of the vision that you see yourself creating. Here comes a Hangman upright, right over the Mother of Wands upright. I'm hearing, it is the story of our life. I'm hearing it specifically in the way. It is the story, Scorpio. It is the story. It is the story of our world here. The Hangman upright, the Mother of Wands upright. The one we create with 8 of Swords in reverse. And the first step to that is the one that we stand with. Even if we stand outside of our mind, the 7 of Swords in reverse, the Son of Cups in reverse. For a number of you, there's something that you are revealing. It is something that you may also, for a number of you, be releasing a pattern of thought. Two of Cups, 1 second. For a number of you, this is, you're realizing something here, Scorpio. You're realizing what you want. I'm seeing this for a number of you has to do with the number 4, but let's get back here to the Son of Cups in reverse. There's something you're uncovering, even recalling. It is a memory for a number of you. It might actually be information. The Lovers in reverse, the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Apply it to your situation as you feel it relates. Lovers are mirroring the Daughter of Pentacles. Father of Pentacles looking into the future. I'm hearing get ready with a formal attire here now. Father of Pentacles and we're the Magician. Okay, so somebody here has a very clear message as well that they would like perhaps to deliver to their audience. I'm seeing a space becoming official in some way as well. And be this, someone kind of identifying very clearly for themselves how they would like to play their own character out. Where they're like, that's it, I want to commit to this space. That's it, I want to make it clear that I am interested in this space. Like that, in that way. I'm hearing leaving it at that. Okay. So, the process of decision making and analyzing and reviewing and interpreting is now finally over, Scorpio. Priceless. I'm hearing specifically that process. I wouldn't be able to sell it to anyone. I'm hearing it at any price. No. That process was my own. I'm hearing that specifically. The Empress coming through upright. Finding, let's say it in this way, Scorpio, finding where you belong, so to speak, where you feel also you are at home in, is a personal process. I'm hearing that specifically. Father Cups coming through upright. For a number of you, it's on in terms of passion. You feel like you've found something really, really, really special. Where you're like, that's it. I want to focus on this now. Here comes the Empress again. For a number of you, again, you could even be, you've like met someone and you're like, that's it. I'm hearing she boils my water. Father Wands upright. Like, I don't know what that's about. Father of Cups coming through, and the Empress, always apply it to your situation. The Father of Cups upright. There's a recognition that we are to step into this space on both an emotional level, on a spiritual level, on an energetic level, and on a physical level. I'm hearing that specifically for a number of you on an active level. To say it in the way that it is also for a number of you, a matter of presenting your feelings big time. And it is a matter of leadership in that way as well. The Star coming through. Everything happens in divine timing. There's no, I should have, I could have, I would have, if only Willie had winked at me. Willie had winked at me. 9 of Cups in reverse. There's no excuses here now. 9 of Swords in reverse, the Star upright. It's destiny. It's destiny. I'm hearing again with the Star. And once more, it is destiny 3 times here. 3 of Pentacles coming through, mirroring the Star. For a number of you, you are sure now, the Star, Sun coming through. I said the Star again. The Sun coming through. Mirroring the Star, making things super clear and obvious. I'm hearing, that's it. This is the program. I'm hearing specifically, that's it. This is the foundation. For a number of you, you've found a place, perhaps even a home, and you're now getting ready to settle in. I'm seeing for a number of you, you've even actually, you've kind of, I'm hearing circled the land. I'm seeing somebody even drawing like a circle in the sand. I'm not sure what that's alluding to. They're like, this is where this is for my stuff. This is where I stay. This is where I leave my things. I'm even seeing like an animal who's like marking territory in some way. It could be in an industry. For a number of you, you're appearing in a very obvious way now. Like, yeah, here I am. I am participating in this space, guys. Now, for a number of you, there is a focus on timing. There could be a focus on what is to be carried out over time. All right, let's get into the extended reading, dear Scorpio. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Love and light to you here. And to tune into the extended, click the link in the bio box below. Thank you all so much for your dear support with these readings. Thank you all so much for your dear support above and beyond all on an energetic level. Love and light to you here. Have a beautiful December. Enjoy this period. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at alchemyandyou@gmail.com. If you would like to also book a private service, a reading, or an astrology report, then we can move into that if they are still available on the website once you do watch this reading. All right, love and light to you here. Have a beautiful, 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 beautiful season, Scorpio, of change, and I'll see you soon. Bye. 1:44 right on the clock there for a number of you as well. Again, there could be a focus on that number, 4:44. I'm hearing sacred stories. I'm hearing specifically, again, for a number, you could be uncovering something that you feel is quite sacred to you. All right, again, love and light to you here. Looking at the clock, 1:01:04. Love and light to you. Again, you could be discovering something. You could be coming to the point of finding what you feel to be your foundation for the future. And it's like, it really connects with the concept of stability for a number of you, where perhaps you come across a space and you're like, that's it, this makes sense to me. It makes sense to me now, I'm hearing as well, in this way. Now that I'm hearing approve and achieve of, interesting. Now that I approach this space in this way, now that my perspective has sort of changed, or now that my perspective has sort of I'm hearing been also turned, I'm hearing tailored, and interesting, okay, has turned, I'm hearing, I now see my story in a completely new way. Interesting. So for a number of you, yes, I'm seeing my perspective has taken shape as well. Okay, so for a number of you, this is something that you have actually been, again, interested in the space of, but there was a question of the foundation. What is the foundation going to be? All right. So again, there was perhaps a matter of even timing at play, where you may have been kind of feeling like, well, I know in some way, maybe you had this intuitive feeling, I know in some way that I will be involved in this space. But the question perhaps has been, what will be the platform that it resides upon? I know that this is my next step and stage, but what is the station of influence that it is to have? What will be the space of application for that knowingness, for that ability, for that also vision? And so for a number of you, there perhaps again was this space of kind of like, well, what will be also the community that might be related to this space? What will be the conversation around this particular process as well that I see myself moving through? What will be the sort of also the landing spot? I'm hearing it specifically in that way for moving into this next new beginning. I'm hearing launching this program. I'm hearing also this venture. Love and light to you. Enjoy this period, Scorpio. So much power here with you during this month. Enjoy. You are it. You are what you see. Love and light to you.